In a small village tucked deep inside a quiet valley, there lived a man named Silas. Silas never spoke. He could hear nothing, and no one ever heard him speak a single word. He lived alone in a small wooden shack at the very top of the hill, where the wind was sharp and the ground was hard. From below, the villagers could see him every morning, slowly climbing the path with two heavy buckets of water. They never asked why. They only watched. Silas spent his days carrying water uphill, and his nights digging into the earth. To the villagers, he was strange. They said he was wasting his life. They said he was wasting land. "This valley needs real farmers," they whispered, not a silent man watering rocks. During the dry season, when the river shrank and the crops began to fail, their patience ran out. They watched Silas carry water past their fields, up toward the hill, and their anger grew. "Why does he take water when we are thirsty? Why does he pour it into dirt?" They laughed when they saw green patches forming near his shack. "Grass won't feed a village," they said. "Trees won't save us." One afternoon, the village leader climbed the hill with two others. They stood in front of Silas and spoke loudly, knowing he would not hear. They pointed at the ground, at the buckets, at the valley below. They told him he was hoarding water, that he was selfish, that he had 1 month to leave. Silas listened with his eyes. He did not argue. He only smiled faintly, then pointed once toward the sky, and returned to his work. The days passed. Silas dug deeper. He placed stones carefully into the earth. He planted more trees, even as the soil cracked around him. The villagers stopped watching. They were too busy worrying about themselves. Then on the final night of the month, the sky changed. Dark clouds rolled over the valley without warning. The rain came hard. Not gentle rain, not helpful rain. This rain fell like a wall. The dry earth below turned to mud within minutes. Water rushed down the mountain paths, dragging stones and trees with it. People ran from their homes. They gathered in the village square, holding their children, watching the hillside above them. They looked toward Silas's shack. "This is it," someone said. "The hill will collapse." But it didn't. The water slowed. The mud stopped moving. The hillside held. As the storm raged, the village remained standing. When morning came, the rain eased. The villagers climbed the hill in silence. What they saw stopped them. The earth above the village was crossed with stone trenches carefully laid. Thick roots from tall trees held the soil together. Water flowed gently through channels, not violently through the valley. The rocks Silas had watered were not rocks. They were foundations. A dam grown and built slowly over decades. A shield. They found Silas sitting on his porch. He looked tired, peaceful. During the storm, he had moved the final stone into place, the one that completed the barrier. His body had given everything it had left. He passed away as the sun rose over the valley. Silas never said a word, but his work spoke for 30 years. The village buried him at the top of the hill. They did not tear down his shack. They kept the trees. They kept the channels. And every time the rain comes now, the valley remains safe. Not because of loud voices, not because of strong words, but because one silent man did the work no one thanked him for, until it was too late.